All right, we are live on the Coach Eli Television Network, YouTube, Facebook, and D Live. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Late Night with Coach Eli edition. Glad you could all join me here on this late Saturday night if you're here on the West Coast with me. If you're anywhere else in the U.S. or North America, good morning to you. Happy Sunday to you. It is 2:09 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 11:09 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And like they say, West Coast, the best coast for streaming, obviously, because we're 3 hours behind the rest of the country here in the U.S. or the rest of North America, right? You know, the Pacific time zone. Once again, West Coast is the best coast. And I like living on the West Coast because I can, do these late night streams for you folks because there are some night owls even on the East Coast. But tonight we have another great topic. I have another great topic for you folks. And I've been wanting to do this topic for quite some time, but I was, waiting for the right time, the right moment. And it involves, is it okay for men to be lonely, right? And, I was thinking it's Saturday night, and because I know how the modern dating world is nowadays, and there are a lot of single men out there and women, but this is being primarily catered to men because, it's been known that it's okay for women to be lonely. Women are emotional beings, and it is what it is, right? But is it okay for a man to be lonely? And that's what we're going to be discussing here tonight. And again, I wanted to find the right time to do this topic for one of two reasons. Number one, I wanted to choose a time where I was feeling a bit lonely. Yes, even the coach, the strong, confident alpha male, gets lonely too. Any man is capable of being lonely. And it's perfectly okay. I'm going to share more about that as the show goes on. But also, it's Saturday night. It's late night. And I bet there are a bunch of lonely men out there, whether you can admit it or not, that are up late and wish they had something to do or wish they had a special someone to snuggle up with and fall asleep with, right? Maybe it sounds stupid if you're a man. Maybe it sounds like, oh, dude, you're acting like a girl or you're acting feminine. No, there's nothing feminine about that. There's nothing wrong with feeling this way. It's a natural feeling that all men get. And if you're a man that doesn't feel this way, at times when, or especially when you're single, then I think you're less of a man, in my opinion, right? There are going to be guys out there that are lonely, angry, and bitter at women, and they're bitter at their life because they think they feel their life sucks, and they are going to think this is stupid. But quite frankly, it's not stupid at all. It's actually perfectly healthy, and that's what we're going to be discussing here tonight. Now, I don't expect a whole lot of people to be out here. So before we get to all that, let me first of all make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out, and it absolutely has. Let me check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that it is rolling smoothly, and it is. Let me check out the back end of Facebook and D Live. Facebook is running smoothly. One person out there on Facebook, this late night. Welcome to the show. Feel free to comment on Facebook or D Live, and I will be checking in periodically on Facebook and D Live and responding to questions, comments, and concerns. And D Live seems to be rolling smoothly as well. Let me just also check out the front end of everything because I don't have any mods here right now to let me know if it's running smoothly. YouTube. Periodically on Facebook and D Live and responding to questions. Okay, YouTube is running perfect. Let's check out Facebook. And we did not make the news feed. That sucks. So let me just go right to my timeline. Here we go, Facebook. Make the news feed. That sucks. So let me just go right to my... Claudia, you're back again. You must be feeling pretty lonely, huh, Claudia? Welcome back. Folks, I did a live stream earlier tonight. And if you missed it and you need something else to watch after this or tomorrow, go and check it out. Claudia was watching most of it earlier on the Facebook side of things, and we have not been demonetized on YouTube yet. That's good. That's a good thing. The stream was titled "The Best Dating App for Relationships in 2021, My Experiences and More." The best dating app for relationships in 2021, my experiences and more. So if you need some more content to watch, it was a pretty good show. It was over 3 hours long, almost like 3.5 hours long, like 3 hours and 19 minutes. Lots of good stuff, lots of great information shared on that stream. So check it out if you, like I said, if you need more content to watch. So let's get right to it. And Claudia, I'll be paying close attention to Facebook. If you have any comments you want to make, there aren't that many people out there on YouTube right now. We've got 3 people watching on YouTube. We have 2 now on Facebook, and nobody watching on D-Live, but that's okay. People can watch this on the replay. And that's why I primarily do these streams in ways of evergreen content, meaning if you missed the live stream and you watch the replay later today or tomorrow or next week, next month, or even later on in the year, it's still going to have tremendous replay value. So let's get to the topic. The topic is, there's nothing wrong with men feeling lonely. My thoughts and more. One more time. There's nothing wrong with men feeling lonely. My thoughts and more. Here's how this show is going to go. I'm going to share my personal thoughts about being a man, because I am a man. Whether you feel I'm a man or not, that's okay. We have some trolls and haters on social media that just are so insecure and immature and so lonely and can't admit it that they like to say stupid things like, "Oh, you're not a man, Eli." Well, that's your opinion, right? Claudia, you've actually met with me in person. You know I'm a man. I'm a real person. But it doesn't matter what these people say on the internet, right? At least the ones that don't care. The good people that are here for the right reasons, we're going to value what they're saying. Claudia says, "I went to Second Saturday and returned." What's Second Saturday, Claudia? Is that like a singles night or something like that? Or is that like a Saturday night liturgy, like a mass at church? Or what is Second Saturday? Networking event, business, personal, combination of both? Just kind of curious to know. So yeah, I'm going to share my thoughts about me being a man, me being a coach, and me being a confident, strong, secure person. And yes, I still have many moments of where I'm feeling lonely. And I'm not afraid to express that. I'm a man that's not afraid to express my emotions. I'm not a man that's I'm a man that's not afraid to express my emotions, like I said. I'm also a man that is emotionally available, emotionally aware. And I also am a man that would love to find a good lady to emotionally bond with. So on Saturday nights like these, where it's feeling kind of lonely after I did my stream earlier tonight, and I went and watched a little TV. I was binge watching some stuff on Amazon Prime Video, and I had some dinner. And after that, I took a nap because I was just like, I don't know. I was feeling kind of like lonely. Like, I'll be honest, right? And I've been talking about how I've been on Hinge and some other dating apps, and I was getting a lot of women responding to me, but all of a sudden it stopped. Like it was coming in real hard last week, and now it's like I continue to send messages and stuff, and I'm hardly getting any responses. And that's just it's strange. It's strange. You see, when this type of thing happens, it makes me wonder if the algorithm of these apps will purposefully initially get you a lot of people responding, and then after a week or two, it slows down. And then all of a sudden it starts sending you connections right before your membership's going to expire. I wonder if it has to do with the algorithm or if women are just going out with other guys they've talked to and they're ignoring messages. Maybe it's a combination of both. But I was just sitting there and I was just feeling like, okay, well, really not much going on tonight. I mean, I could probably go out and hang out with some friends, but I didn't feel like it. I felt like I was in the mood to have a nice conversation with a nice lady and hopefully make a connection and something great comes out of it, right? So again, I'm not afraid to express that with you guys and gals out there, especially to you guys out there, because look, just because I'm a coach and just because I'm a strong guy doesn't mean I don't have feelings. It doesn't make me less of a man. It doesn't make me a beta male because I'm not overboard with my emotions, but I do have feelings and I do want that emotional bond and that connection with a woman. And again, when you get one of these nights like tonight, after the last 2 weeks have been just nonstop, talking with ladies, and I met a couple of ladies and they wanted to work it out with me, but they just ended up not being, what I thought they were, right? The attraction just wasn't there for me when I met them in person, right? It just felt different. And so when you're getting all that, and I hate to say it, it's when you're getting all that attention. I'm not an attention seeker like, women are naturally, right? Women naturally seek attention and love attention. But when you're getting all that attention and you're just trying to find the one, and as a man nowadays, because it's more difficult to find the one and you need a lot of constant options, all of a sudden when those options stop coming in, it kind of feels like a screeching halt. It kind of feels like you accelerated your car to 100 miles an hour and you just slammed right on the brakes, right? And that's what happened. So I'm like, okay, let's talk about this tonight because I'm feeling this way. And I can relate with you guys and gals out there, especially you guys that are feeling this way. I can relate to you guys more so doing a stream like this, doing a video like this when I'm feeling that way, right? And that's what I provide as a coach. That's why I do a lot of live streams, because I want to provide real-time information to you folks. And I want to share real-time examples of what I've gone through and going through in the modern world as a man, right? Especially in this crazy modern dating world that's very difficult to penetrate. Lewis Fuller, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Good evening, Eli. I will share you out. I just gave you a like. Thank you, Lewis. Appreciate you being here, brother. Claudia on Facebook says, I think it's a combination of the algorithm of the dating apps. It happens to women too. The moment you want to quit the app, they start to send you more options, but they are dry leads. Right. And I have 2 weeks left on my Hinge membership. And I've been messaging a lot of women. I've been actually clicking like on a lot of women. And I'm not getting much of any response from those women. And it's making me wonder, if the app is deliberately holding back those messages or the women just haven't clicked like on me. And I've seen that happen with many apps. That's what sucks, Claudia. And what a lot of people don't realize is that these companies are in this thing to make business, right? And do I think that that's an unethical, shady business practice or illegal? Yeah, but try to prove it. Try to take these companies to court and prove that their algorithm, prevents you from getting a lot of matches initially, or so not initially, after a couple of weeks. Initially, they give you a lot of matches initially, and then they prevent you from getting a lot of, connections halfway through your membership. So then you keep on trying to connect with new women, and then all of a sudden, like a day or two, maybe a day before it's going to expire, they start sending you the expiration warnings. And now all these women are messaging you. And now it's like, okay, you're like, well, if I don't get their number and they want to talk on here for a day or so, right? I'm going to have to renew my membership. That's the kind of stuff that really sucks. That's what really sucks. Exactly, it is a business. No, I agree. And I understand that. And I totally understand that. It still sucks, though. So, guys, look, there are many of you out there that are unhappy regarding the way the modern world is, especially when it comes to dating, when it comes to modern women. There are all different types of women out there nowadays, and I'm just going to come out and say it like I've been saying all along. It's the dating world has pretty much almost gone completely online, and it's one big shit show of a bunch of lost fish trying to find each other, right? And I think the way that people are going about it is the wrong way. They're going the superficial route. They're just trying to find the hottest person out there. And they'll give the hottest person, especially women will do this a lot, they'll give the hottest guy a chance no matter what his personality is like just because he's hot. And then they try to convert that guy into a good man rather than going for an average decent looking guy that's going to be the right fit, right? And that's the way women think nowadays. The 80 to 90% of the women want 10 to 20% of the men, right? And that leaves 80 to 90% of the men, and I'm including that stat, like, saying, what the hell is going on? Like, do we even have a shot, right? And I will say this. In my 47 years of life, I have never, ever seen a more difficult dating market to penetrate than I have the last year or two. Okay? Even like before the pandemic started, yes, it was difficult and it was getting more difficult, but it's now become more difficult than ever. The last year or two, you correct me if I'm wrong, Claudia or anyone else that's out here, you correct me if I'm wrong. Has the dating market in the last year or two become more difficult to penetrate than it was even just a couple years ago or before that? I'm not saying it was easy before that, but it's become even more difficult. There are a lot of good guys out there that have a lot to offer a good woman. And we put ourselves out there and we try to connect in a genuine way. We're real. We take care of ourselves. We're financially, mentally, and emotionally stable. We enjoy doing fun things, hiking, going to nice dinners, weekend getaways. We enjoy all that stuff, right? And when we talk to these women, if we end up connecting with them, we share all that and they like it. Then all of a sudden, poof, they're gone, right? And then we keep trying with different prospects that seem like a good fit, and we have to repeat ourselves, right? And we think we're about to get the date. They agree to the date, then they cancel out at the last minute, right? Or they ghost you, right? And then as a guy, you're sitting there like I was earlier tonight on a Saturday night, after I did my earlier stream, and I'm sitting on my couch, I'm eating dinner, and I'm watching some stuff on Amazon Prime Video, binge watching a show, Suits, that used to be on USA. Love that show. I just started feeling a little bit lonely. I'm really lonely, to be honest with you. And I'm not saying that to sound weird or sound pathetic. I'm just being honest. It happens to the best of us. It happens to all of us. The strongest men in the world, it happens to us as well, right? And I took a nap, and then I got up, and I had that feeling like I almost like couldn't breathe. I had that feeling like, man, like I got so many great things going for me. I got so much to offer, and I love doing so many fun things. Is it really this difficult to find just one woman, one decent woman? Now, don't get me wrong. I met a couple women earlier this week, including one last night, and they really liked me, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to share what happened with that woman last night. Everything was there. She really liked me. I liked her and this and that. But she smelled like BO. Like she didn't smell good. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm thinking in my head, I didn't ask her, did you not take a shower, ma'am? Did you not put on some deodorant? This woman literally smelled like male BO, body odor. And that just, I hung out with her for a little bit and I tried to tolerate it, but, at the end, we met at a Safeway parking lot, like at 11 o'clock at night. She had a concert to go to. She went to a concert by herself. Her favorite group was in town. And she wanted to meet me afterwards just to see if the connection was there, which it would have been there for the both of us had she not had that foul stench of BO, right? And then another woman that I met, it was kind of a catfish. I knew she was a little bit thick. But I met her earlier on in the week last week, and she was easily 30 or 40 pounds heavier. She was already pretty thick. But when I met up with her, no disrespect, she had like 3 or 4 rolls. You could see the rolls on her shirt. But on the app, she's got these nice, beautiful pictures where she looks a little thick, but she's slender and has no rolls. Like slender, thick, and has no rolls. That's what even women are catfishing men too, right? So you're dealing with that as well. Claudia says, yes, it sucks. She goes, I like playing in the casino. The house always wins. However, eventually you might find someone. I don't know if a casino is a good place to find someone or a bar. If that works for you, whatever works, Claudia. But yeah, I've never been into meeting women at the club or the bar scene. But hey, if you like that, that's totally cool. Maybe you like to dance or just go there and hang out and play some cards or some slots. Claudia furthermore says on Facebook, yes, totally. I have used these apps years ago, and then there were many good matches. I found one good relationship. Now it is completely depressing looking at the matches, and I swear it's not about the looks or the money, just fake profiles, guys that want to hook up, married, ex-cons, etc. Yeah, like this woman I was talking about earlier on my previous show. We had 2 phone conversations. We were supposed to go hiking earlier today on Saturday. And, she had told me the second time we talked on Tuesday, let's go hiking on Saturday, or Sunday, one of the days. I said, well, that's fine. How about we plan for Saturday? I will, let's talk Friday night. So that way we can finalize the plans and confirm the plans. She goes, well, I'm going out on Friday night and I'm not going to be available. So if you want to talk, we'll have to talk on, tomorrow, Wednesday, or Thursday. We had a call on Monday and then on Tuesday. And at that point I was like, yeah, this woman's talking to another guy, right? And if it pans out with that guy, even if I make plans with her now, she's going to flake out or ghost, right? That's what happens, right? That's why, and this woman, like I mentioned earlier on the show, this woman, we talked about it. I told her I'm a one woman at a time man. She goes, I'm a one man at a time woman. I'm only talking with you right now. And now I'm thinking to myself, BS, right? And then I reached out to her because she hadn't got back to me to arrange that call. I reached out to her on Thursday and she basically said that after, more thought, that she wants to date, a single father. She wants to date a single father, and because I'm not one, she feels it wouldn't work out. What a load of crap. That is the biggest load of crap. That is the lamest excuse I've ever heard. Period. It was just her way of basically letting me know that, hey, yeah, I was talking to another guy. Yes, I did lie to you, Eli, to try to put you on backup status, right? So you put your heart and soul into getting to know someone, right? You do that with many women. And even if you're as careful as myself and you screen them out, I mean, you still have to make some effort because there's always going to be the unknown. They can tell you they're not talking to any other guys, and they are, right? They can tell you that, right? Here's the thing. I'm talking to many other women. I just want to find the one, but I will tell you this right now. If I make a date with a woman, I will keep my date. I'm not even if I come across another woman in the meantime that may seem to be a better prospect, okay, I'm still going to meet the other woman because, look, what I've noticed in the past is that, I've had to choose between two prospects in the past, and I ended up making the wrong choice because I thought the other prospect, the newer prospect, was more attractive. And while she may have been a little more physically attractive, she wasn't the right fit. And then I realized I made the right choice. And then I went back to the original prospect and she gave me another chance. And it was a pretty good thing, right? This is another thing I want to share with people that if you're talking with somebody, you're connecting, and then another person comes into the mix and you get more excited about that new person because they're physically more attractive, a little bit more physically attractive, that doesn't mean their personality is going to be better. That doesn't mean overall as a package they're going to be better. So for me, once I set a date, if I commit to a date, I'm going to meet that woman regardless, right? But women are not like that. Women are hypergamous. They seek up all the time, right? And women, if they come across a better guy, even if you're dating them or you're married to them, I'm not saying all women, but most are like this. They will cheat on you, get with that guy, and then if it pans out, they will leave you for that guy. It's the same. It seems to be online dating is the same for women. Women are hypergamous online daters, okay? Hypergamy is real. Look it up. Look it up. As a matter of fact, I will give you the definition of hypergamy. The action of marrying or forming a sexual relationship with a person of superior sociological or educational background. What is an example of hypergamy? Example for hypergamy, you could draw a bride with an up arrow next to her to depict that she is marrying into a higher social class. Now, what does Wikipedia say about hypergamy? I'm not showing this on the screen. I could, but I'm not going to. Okay. Hypergamy is a term used in social science for the act or practice of a person marrying a spouse or higher caste or social status than themselves. The antonym hypogamy, refers to the inverse, marrying a person of lower social class or status, marrying down. Both terms were coined in the Indian subcontinent in the 19th century while translating classical Hindu law books, which used the Sanskrit term anoma and pratiloma, respectively, for the two concepts. The term hypergamy is used to describe the overall practice of women marrying up, since the men would be marrying down. That's the difference between men and women. And this goes back to the days of traditionalism where women were dependent on a man for survival. So women had to find the strongest man. Now, women are still the same way nowadays. The only difference is women are also liberated, they're independent, and they're making their own money. And they can easily leave a man just like that. They can easily flip on a dime. So it's the same way online. Women are hypergamous online. You could be talking to a woman for 2 weeks straight, which I don't suggest doing that without meeting her, and everything is great. You're talking every day. You're even emotionally bonding a bit, right? And you set a date to meet On the 15th day, you talked the night before, you could be driving on your way to meet her, and then she doesn't show up and ghosts you. That's how hypergamous women are. They are hypergamous up until the very last second before they meet you. Until a woman actually meets you and starts making out with you, you can't trust that she's really into you, no matter what she said or how she behaves, because women are hypergamous biologically by nature. It is in their genes. It is in their DNA. That's a better way to put it, in their DNA. Hey, Johnny, how you doing, bro? Welcome to the YouTube side of things. I'm a hypergamist. Well, to each its own, brother. How you doing, man? Welcome to the late night show. How have things been going for you, man? Let me check out Facebook. No, I meant the dating apps are like casinos. Oh, that's what you meant, Claudia. The dating apps are like casinos. You win some, you lose some, right? But you usually lose more than you win, right? They trick you, says Claudia, but not all women, Elias. No, I get it, Claudia. Claudia, I get it. It's not all women, but it's the majority. It's the majority. I would say, Claudia, that I'd say less than 20, maybe less than 15% of the women in the world don't have the entitlement, hypergamous mindset. And even those women are hypergamous biologically. It's the way women were made, to seek out the strongest man to procreate with, the one that can provide. This goes back to the days before women were liberated. This goes back to the days where women were dependent on a man for survival. Now, women are still the same way, but like I said, with the addition of them being liberated and working and making their own money and not needing a man for survival. So now they can leave the man at any given moment. Even if the man does everything right, the woman can leave. I've seen it happen. It's happened. And it sucks. And that's why a lot of men are saying the juice not worth the squeeze, right? But us men, we can all withdraw, right? Let's say we all withdraw, right? Is that going to satisfy us withdrawing, or is it going to make us feel lonely like the topic, right? The topic is, there's nothing wrong with men feeling lonely, my thoughts, and more. And on the thumbnail, you folks like my late night with Coach Eli thumbnail with the moon, the big moon on the left, and then the three quarter moons on the right. The thumbnail says, guys, it is okay for us to feel lonely too. Johnny, let me ask you a question, brother. You and I go way back to high school days, working at the Hillsdale Cinema together, bro. It's nice to see you again here tonight. Do you feel, Johnny, it's okay for guys to feel lonely, bro? And if it's not too personal, bro, I know you're an open-minded guy. You get lonely at times, bro? I know you've had your experiences with women. And, yeah, man, it's it's a crazy world nowadays. But, yeah, what are your thoughts about it, man? What are your thoughts about it? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read 2 Reddit postings on this. And I'm thinking to myself, do I take a break now and come back and get to it? I think I'm going to do that. We are at 33 minutes. 34 minutes now. Johnny says absolutely and good. He's doing good, and he said it's absolutely okay for men to feel lonely. Sorry, I had to clear my throat for a second there. I think Claudia said something. Yes, Claudia on Facebook says, yes, women are more independent now. That's true, but also there's many women who are codependent and will fall in love with the wrong guys. Well, yeah, those are the women that, maybe didn't go to college and don't have a good job or are not working at all, and they need a man for survival. Maybe they're more of a traditional type of woman that doesn't want to work. And, nowadays, to be honest, like, I wouldn't date a woman that doesn't work nowadays. If women are going to be liberated and they have equal rights, she's going to have to do her part. That's just the way things are. But at the same time, I'm not going to date a woman that also wants to wear the pants, right? I basically want to be with a good woman that's my equal. We both work. We both make similar money. We both equally respect each other. We both equally contribute to the relationship. And, I'm not, look, my job, listen, I love taking care of my lady, and I'm old school in that way. The bottom line is, nowadays, you get a woman like that that's completely dependent on you, you take care of her, she could still leave you or cheat on you at any moment. And everything you put into it is going to be poof. And that sucks. I've seen that happen to many guys. So I just won't do it. I just don't trust women that don't work and at least make similar money as I do. Give me a second. These darn allergies, I got to tell you. Okay, so we're all caught up now. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to step away and take a quick early break here. We are at 36 minutes, and then when I come back, I'm going to go over 2 Reddit postings. I'm probably going to just go through both of them. I mean, I could run a third segment, but that won't be necessary. The first posting has like 500 plus comments. I'm not going to read them all. I'll read some of them, and then I'll get to the second posting as well. So let me cue up some music here. Let's see here. Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3. I just need one more. Let me see here. All right, music is all queued up. When we return, the 2 Reddit postings I'll be reading and sharing my feedback on, one is from the subreddit Ask Men. Why did that automatically launch? That's weird. That's just weird. Okay. One is from the subreddit Ask Men, and it's titled Men of Reddit, What Makes You Feel Lonely? Actually, it has 152 comments. Sorry, not 500. That's still a lot. I'll probably get through the first maybe 10 or 15 of them. And then we're going to go to, actually, it's another one from the same subreddit, Ask Men. Men with small circle of friends, do you ever get lonely? If so, what do you do to combat that feeling? One more time. Men with small circle of friends, do you ever get lonely? If so, what do you do to combat that feeling? We're going to discuss that when I return. So stick around, stick around, stick around. We'll be right We're back. It's late night. What's up, Information Man Show and Brandon the Pinocchio? Haven't seen you in a while. What are those eyes there for? What are you looking for, Brandon the Pinocchio? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Like the background tonight? You got the beautiful moon. This is a deserted island. This is how some men feel at times when they're feeling lonely, because it's difficult to find a really good lady nowadays, right? To settle down with and have someone to snuggle up with on a Saturday night, right? It's like a deserted island. But it's beautiful, right? This is a beautiful deserted island? Huh? You like the background tonight, folks? Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Yes, let's get right back to it. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Live here on the Coach Eli Television Network. It is the Late Night with Coach Eli edition. Glad you could all join me here live if you're here late night. It is just about to turn midnight here on the West Coast. 11:59 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. 2:59 a.m., almost 3 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. If you're on the East Coast, then you're definitely a night owl. Welcome. If you're watching this on the replay, continue watching. It's about to get even better. I'm going to be going over some Reddit postings here in a few that are going to share the thoughts of some lonely men. These are good lonely men. These are not angry and bitter lonely men for the most part. But the topic of tonight's show, if you're just joining us, is there's nothing wrong with men feeling lonely. My thoughts and more. One more time, there's nothing wrong with men feeling lonely. My thoughts and more. And the thumbnail that you clicked in or clicked on to come into the show tonight, it says, guys, it is okay for us to feel lonely too. One more time, guys, it is okay for us to feel lonely too. And when I say lonely too, I mean lonely as well. Because women naturally always feel lonely when they don't have somebody there, right? So why would it not be okay for men to feel lonely if they don't have a special lady in their life? Now, of course, men and women, process emotions slightly differently. Maybe not completely differently. It's just women are emotional all the time, and men are emotional sometimes. Now, we do have emotions as a man. And yes, we do have feelings, and we do feel things. But what separates a man from a woman emotionally is at times we don't let those negative emotions affect us. Sometimes we do. And if we do let those negative emotions or negative things affect us, we have moments and, we have a moment of weakness. But for the most part, a real good, strong man is going to be able to handle the negative stuff and not overreact emotionally. For a woman, women react to everything emotionally first based on how they're feeling in the present moment. Then they reason with logic. So that is the difference there. But it doesn't mean that, a good, strong, confident, well-balanced alpha male can't shed emotions. It doesn't mean that alpha male is beta or is weak for feeling lonely at times. It's a normal thing. What guy out there, if things were different nowadays, what guy out there wouldn't want to have a nice, sweet, cute, beautiful woman that really cared about him and respected him, and he respected her and cared about her? What guy wouldn't want that lady to snuggle up with on a wonderful Saturday night like tonight? I certainly would. So tonight I've had the feeling of loneliness, and I decided to come live and do this show while I was feeling the way that many men feel out there, whether you're able to be strong enough to admit it or not. Let me check out Facebook. Claudia sends a nice picture. You are not alone. No kidding. No kidding. I'm going to like all of your comments. Claudia, thank you so much for participating today. I really appreciate you. I think you and I, like I said earlier, need to get some events going in your area, the greater Sacramento area, and get some singles events going, and even some networking events in general going. We've got to start to get people socializing again outside of the digital world. We're so consumed with these, mobile devices. I heard, I've been hearing lately that the iPhone 13 is I guess a month or two away from being released. And I have the best iPhone you can get for right now. The iPhone 12 Pro Max is a great phone. And the iPhone 13 is going to have 120 hertz refresh rate, a smaller notch up top, and some other features, a faster processor. And I'm like, how much better can it get? This thing, I wouldn't say this thing is as fast as my brand new laptop I got, but it's certainly much faster than my older laptop. And it's faster than most computers out there. It's ridiculous, right? But at times we need to put these things down and go out and really socialize with people and really give people a chance to get to know each other rather than consume ourselves with the attention-seeking behavior that people seek when they get on these devices. More so, women, because, women are emotional beings and women require validation more so than men. It's more of a feminine energy type of thing. So with that being said, let's go ahead and switch on over to the browser source and get to this first posting here. From the subreddit Ask Men, the question posed by the original poster is, men with small circle of friends, do you ever get lonely? If so, what do you do to combat that feeling? I usually try the stereotypical answers of exercise or get outside, but it's been hitting me more at night when those aren't accessible, because when you exercise, you release endorphins, the feel-good hormone. And if you're feeling lonely and you go and you take a walk or run or exercise, right? Like your body is kicking in those endorphins to the point of where it overrides that feeling of loneliness or feeling hurt, right? Especially if you've gone through a breakup and stuff like that, right? So I get it. And it did hit me tonight. You're right. I was feeling fine earlier today, and well said, original poster. I was feeling those feelings of loneliness, and it triggered me to want to do this show. Even though I did a show earlier, I felt this was the right time to do it when I was feeling this way myself, right? What better time to do it than when you're actually feeling that way yourself, right? As the content creator or coach like myself, right? I agree. We need old school back, says Claudia. I appreciate that. Thank you, Claudia. Information Man Show. Yes, get to know people. How you doing, Information Man Show? I'm Brendan the Pinocchio. What have you been up to, man? And Johnny, if you're still around, what have you been up to lately, bro? What have you been working on? What are you in progress of, bro? All right, let's check out the comments here. I am an extrovert with no friends. Okay. Lonely, I think you meant to say is an understatement instead of in an understatement. Lonely is an understatement. I have associates, people I am friendly with, but no friends. I think that's how it is for me nowadays. I do have a lot of friends, and I know a lot of people. But, I think as you get older, you don't have that best friend or, your friendships are a little different when you get older. It's more like acquaintances, people you know, and people you will hang out with on occasion, or if you run into somewhere, you know who they are, and you can join them and socialize with them and anyone that, they may be hanging out with as well, right? I get that. So I have associates, people I am friendly with, but no friends. My mother caused all this. You mean caused? When I was in elementary school, she didn't like the friends I had chosen and consciously made new friends for me by planning play dates and whatnot. Your mother screwed you up, dude. That's horrible. That is horrible, dude. She taught you wrong. And now, you're having a hard time disconnecting from that, that thing, right? That behavior, which is wrong. Your mom wronged you, bro. In middle school, we moved. It wasn't until college that I could make friends. But by then, I didn't know how because your mother taught you the wrong way. You said it yourself. You're right. Now in my late 30s, I have no friends. So to combat this, I role play D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, and comment on Reddit. That sounds like a swell type of life. That sounds like a fun life. This is a really good dude that just wants to be happy, have friends, and probably have a good woman. But because of his mother, maybe she was a single mother or an unhappily married mother, and maybe she was just an angry and bitter type of mother at his father. Who knows? We don't know the whole story. But his mother certainly did him wrong. I hear you, bud. At university, I was an extrovert. However, I was surrounded by equally twisted people. Since then, and I rotated back into the regular world after a stint in the Army, which, to be fair, I didn't fit in either. Well, why did you go into the Army if you didn't fit in? Were you forced to go there by your father and mother or both? I found I became an introvert, especially when I moved to the other side of the world. Here's the thing. I've talked about introverts versus extroverts. I'm going to have to do another stream on that because here's the thing. Nothing. Introverts are not bad people, but introverts are more closed off. They're more closed off to friendships or certain types of friendships, and they more so like being alone, right? And they're less social, if social at all. And not being social, being antisocial, is not healthy at all. We need people. People make us feel good. People make us live longer, right? Without people, what's the point of life, right? If you were the only person alive on Earth, I mean, how fun would that be, right? Even if you had all the tools to survive, how fun would that be? That would be lonely as hell. That'd be more lonely than us guys are right now because we're having difficulty finding a good woman in this modern dating world. I would like to be more social. That's good. At least you're thinking about it. You've thought about it. Although I am somewhat socially awkward, probably because of the way you were raised, right? From time to time. But not being around like-minded individuals means I have few friends. A hectic work schedule with odd times doesn't help either. It is hard to be social when you just want to sleep. Guys and gals, you have to find a job that allows you to have a balanced work and personal life. There are too many people nowadays working jobs that consume the majority of your time. I got to tell you this. Between driving and working, okay, if you're spending more than 10 to 12 hours per day, I'd say probably 10 hours is a sweet spot because typically you should live within an hour or less of your job. So you only have an hour or less commute. And with traffic, even if it's a half an hour, you may be stuck in traffic for an extra half hour. So if you have more than an hour commute each way to your job and you work more than 8 hours a day, that's going to really, really burn you out. And that's going to practically kill your social life. When I worked in retail and retail management and retail corporate and all that, there were times I was working 12 to 16 hour days, 60 to 80 to 100 hour weeks consistently. And I enjoyed what I did. And there were great people there, which made it easier. I had a lot of friends there. But it took a toll on my personal life and my relationships during that time. You have to balance out your work and personal life. And if the job you're working at doesn't allow you to do that because they force you to work all these hours, you got to find another job that's going to better take care of you. I miss throwing parties. Don't miss the post-party cleanup, though. I don't blame you, dude. I don't blame you. No, I don't, but spirited rides in my car or on my bike are meditation. That's cool, okay? There are times where when I go through a breakup, I'll get into my car and I'll just drive for an hour or two. I don't care about wasting gas or the cost of gas during that time. It helps me feel better. It makes me feel like I'm getting out. And it's kicking in those endorphins. So that's cool. Yes, if it is my day off and it is nice out, I'll take my motorcycle for a couple hours of writing. Good. That's a good thing to do. Not really going anywhere, or maybe go halfway across the country for a beer or two and head back home. Very therapeutic. Dude, I'm going to give you a big round of applause for that, because that is a great way to handle it. High five to you, bro. Because there are times, like I said, when I've gone through breakups or I've been single for a while and I'm feeling that lonely feeling, getting out there and just driving and just getting out of your place is extremely therapeutic and very, very healthy. Nope, I am an introvert. Okay, do you want to change that? Sometimes, but then I remember why I like a small circle of friends, and it passes. You see, I know a lot of people have lots of friends. I don't hang out with people all the time. I do sometimes. I have a lot going on. But nowadays, even if I want to hang out with a bunch of friends, it's like pulling teeth to try to get together with them, because everybody seems to be so busy nowadays, even the guy friends. So I get it. Get yourself an SO. He or she should be your best friend. What's an SO? I'll have to look that up. See, these acronyms, I don't like these acronyms. Hang on. Let me see. Significant other, it's general neutral. I don't understand that. Oh, is it out of the loop? I have no idea. These acronyms don't make a whole lot of sense. Oh, well. Let me check out the chat real quick. Okay, nothing happening on YouTube. On Facebook, we're good. All right, let's continue here. Actually, just getting out of a long-term relationship, her choice, not mine, about 6 months ago. I'm not surprised it's the woman. And you probably did everything right, I'm assuming, dude, and she still found someone better. Sometimes, when women can't find the typical guy that they're looking to connect with, that they're attracted to, they will go for the next best thing. But they will get with you as the next best thing temporarily until they find someone that they really want. Even if you do everything right in that situation, dude, it doesn't matter, because she's not with you deep within her heart for the right reasons in the first place. She might be a good woman, and she might be enjoying your company, and you might be enjoying hers, but you're not her first choice. And it's not necessarily a backup plan type of thing, but the guy that she really wants, or the type of guy she really wants, she's having a hard time getting, so she's using you as a filler. So, yeah, that sucks, man. That sucks. I have this one friend whom I've known for years. He's seen me through thick and thin. The dude had a ton of people who want to hang out with him, but he always calls me, so I'm never really lonely. Sometimes he drags my lazy ass out of the house. Well, that's a good thing. I used to do that with one of my best friends in my younger days. And he used to get a little bit triggered when I would do it, but I would convince him and drag him out, and we'd have a good time. So that's a good friend, bro. You play video games. A lot of guys do that. They play video games instead of bettering themselves and, putting themselves out there and, allowing themselves to start feel more comfortable in social settings. I've got to do a stream also on, socially awkward people and, how to turn that around. I think that's a very important thing. Road trip is what he does to cure the loneliness. The next commenter says, windows down, wind blowing in, just myself, the vehicle, and the open night road, destination unknown. Dude, that is perfect. That's yeah. You know what? It's better than doing nothing, right? This is great. I really like what these guys are saying here. I've done a lot of this myself. I'll have to try this. I love the way the air smells during the cold season. Yeah, that's true. And then you can smell the fireplaces too, right? Aye, and after a good rain too. That's right, where the air is clear after the rain, cleans all the smog and stuff, right? This dude says smoke weed and journal. LOL. Well, at least it's legal now in most states. Okay. Let's see. I'm an introvert, and the people I call friends are addicted to weed, video games, or they like to shit talk each other, so I keep my distance from the drama. That's good for you, bro. I don't hang around with people that smoke weed, that play video games, and like to talk smack. Those are drama people. So I keep my distance from the drama. Good for you, dude. I'd rather be alone, like for a month straight, than deal with any of these types of drama people. Good for you. Don't get me wrong. I used to love weed and still love video games, but being alone doesn't bother me because I use my free time to read, work out, or try to learn new skills. So you're bettering yourself, dude. You're maximizing your time that you have alone. And you're bettering yourself to the point of where at some point some good woman is going to notice that about you and your life will change because you're focused on yourself and your purpose. Good for you, bro. I got to give you a big round of applause too, bro. That was great. That's awesome. That's really awesome, man. These guys are being really mature about this. It's like, this is really good in this Ask Men subreddit. So use his free time to read, work out, or try to learn new skills, or I just nerd out on some documentaries. I do that too. And I don't really consider myself a nerd, but I have the brains of one. I love documentaries. If you have a small circle of friends and feeling lonely, chances are at least a couple of your friends also have a small circle and feel the same. Talk to them about it. Yeah, see, I've tried to talk to my friends about this stuff, and they don't care. Like sometimes you have a group of friends that's more lonely than you are, and they're in such a depressed state that they don't want to talk these things out. So that's the problem that I've encountered. So, that's why I won't hang out with my friends all the time because I don't want to deal with their depressing crap. I've dealt with it many times before in the past, right? It's not going to help cure my loneliness to hang around with extremely lonely people that don't want to hang out and uplift each other, right? There's a good chance that at least one is in the same boat you are in and can relate. Sure, but a lot of my friends don't want to talk about it because they're that depressed. Most people assume they're the only one, so they don't want to bring it up to others and seem needy. Well, especially if you're a guy, people think it makes you sound weak, but no. Men should be supporting each other on these things. You know why women became liberated and they're so strong nowadays? Because women support each other, good, bad, or indifferent. No matter what you guys think about women and what they do nowadays, they support each other. Us guys, we just withdraw. We won't even talk to our friends. Now, I would love to talk to my friends about this stuff, like I said, but my friends, when I've tried to talk to them about these things in the past, they don't want to hear it. And I feel worse off after talking with them than I did before. So that's the problem. Men need to better learn how to support each other. And it's not happening nowadays. It's not. It is not. And it's really, really hurting us. Don't let fear and pride get in the way of your mental health. Alternatively, consider adult sports. As a 46-year-old, I don't drag my ass to soccer games at 8, 9, 10 p.m. because I'm dying to stay in shape. I do it to hang out with people my own age and drink beer. The exercise is just the price of admission. Well, getting your exercise is important too, so that way you're staying healthy and fit and you're burning up those calories so those beers you're drinking don't give you a beer gut, right? And then you've got health issues to deal with. But that's cool, man. If you want to look at it that way, that's fine. It works. It's a good thing to do. Awesome. I have but a handful of friends who I only see a few times a year. The reason is mostly that most of them have been friends since their youth, while I came in decades later. They've got a wholly different relationship among themselves than to me. Okay, this guy's probably from another country, the way he's writing. Another reason is that they all live far away. Basically, we only meet when we plan to. Okay, well, maybe you need to find some more local friends, dude. Go out and socialize. Another friend I've known since our youth. We've got very different lives. He's married with children. I'm not. That is a completely different life. I bet you want to be married, but you can't find the right woman, right? I get that. I'm in the same boat. We used to see each other weekly when sporting, but just before COVID-19, he had to drop that because of, well, life. Okay. Yeah, that happens, man. As you get older and your friends get married and they have kids, that's going to take up most of their free time. You're going to be lucky to see them once per month for a few hours in that case. That's why you need to constantly meet people and just socialize, right? Become a part of a group. Go to meetup.com and become a part of a local group. There are many ways you can do it. I'm a member involved in a few groups, but as with most things, that's all far away. Also, even though some people there I get along with, this guy's definitely from another country. None of them will be who I see outside the context we know each other from. Okay. So I've got a girlfriend. Okay, that's great. You got a girlfriend. She's got a couple of close friends who she sees about 2 times a week. I just go to the gym. Well, I did. They're closed again as of this week. This was 8 months ago. I think it says 8M. Is that 8 minutes or 8 months? I think it's 8 months. Where I speak to no one, and for the rest enjoy myself with my girlfriend or alone. So you don't talk to anyone at the gym? Why not? The gym's a great place to socialize. I like to be alone, but also I'd like to run into people with whom I share interests with, who live near to me, so it's easier to meet up. Well, dude, if you're going to the gym and you're avoiding people, how are you going to meet people? You have to socialize. Say hi to the person at the front desk. If you're working out near someone, say, hey, how's it going? I'm Rick. Just wanted to introduce myself. I'm new to town and just wanted to say hi. That's all you got to do, bro. That doesn't work too well. So if that if that longing is loneliness, I guess I get lonely too sometimes. Okay. You got to snap out of it, bro. And you have to socialize. If you don't socialize, take chances, you're not going to meet anyone. How did you get your girlfriend? You socialize either online or in person. Same thing with meeting friends, dude. That's my secret original poster. I'm always lonely. I'm usually busy with work, reason why my circle is small. See, you guys and gals are just, it sounds like you're working jobs that consume so much of your time that at least during the week or the 5 days you work, you don't do anything. And then you are so tired during the weekends, if you're up on weekends, that you don't do anything. It seems like you guys are working jobs that are treating you like a slave. Maybe it's time to find a better job where you can balance your work and personal life. And why aren't you guys making friends at work? That's the best. That's the best and easiest place to meet people. Let me check out the chat real quick. Claudia says, exercising and surrounding with positive people is very important. You're right, Claudia. Very smart guys commenting tonight. Yeah, this is a good forum. This is a good one. Exactly. A beer gut can scare a woman immediately. Socialize, but be smart. Well, it'll turn a woman off sexually, Claudia. That's I wouldn't say it would scare you, but it would turn you off. You would not be physically attracted to the guy. Don't worry, Claudia. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but you're a nice lady, Claudia. You're a nice lady. I'm sure you've had your moments, but yeah. I'll give it to the people straight. I'm not saying you're not, but yeah, the beer gut would turn you off physically, sexually turned off. No spark. I get it. All right. We are at 1 hour and 18 minutes. Let me read a few more from this posting here. I actually read the second one first instead of the first one, but it doesn't matter what order it is. I write fantasy, kind of like wish fulfillment, mainly just 2OOC, with the third being a stand-in for myself. Less relevant to dealing with the lonely feeling is a fanfic I write. That was that fiction. That was more piecing together canon evidence and writing out how I think stuff went down. Okay, that's what you do to cure your loneliness. Okay. I lean pretty heavily into the introvert side of things, but over time I tried to work up to a bit of friendly small talk with local business owners, regular staff when I visit places frequently. I am on a first name basis at some of the restaurants and small businesses in town. That's great. And a few of the other places know me well enough for a bit of banter. When I used to do business networking events all over Northern California, I knew a lot of people. I still do. I knew a lot of people in person. I knew restaurant managers, owners, where I would run events. Lots of socializing. I had a lot of help too, though. I had a lot of people helping me run my organization and the events. But yeah, that was a great way to meet people. Business networking, great way to meet people. I miss those days, don't you, Claudia? That's where you and I met. The business networking arena in the Sacramento area, the greater Sacramento area. I find it helps me feel connected to my local community and even scores me some free stuff from time to time. Right. And that's how it was for me practically until COVID hit, right? And then COVID changed everything. Aside from that, I make the most of the time I can actually spend with my friends. I'm going to read this one more here because this one makes sense for me. So what does he do to cure the loneliness? This is what a lot of guys do. This is what I did tonight, honestly. But I also wanted to be here for you folks as well. YouTube, Twitch streamers, or video games. A lot of guys will come out on YouTube. This doesn't really happen on Facebook or Twitch or anything. But YouTube's like the drama capital of the world. You get a lot of guys and gals, but more so guys seem to do this on YouTube, that will come and do live streams and they'll project their insecurities and they'll get involved with a bunch of drama people because it keeps them occupied. And that's the problem. Like if you are a lonely person, sometimes lonely people will misperceive hanging out with drama people as friends because you can somewhat relate to the lonely feeling, right? But that's the worst thing you can do to cure your loneliness is to hang out with other drama people. You want to hang out with positive people that can uplift you and help you work through that lonely time so you can better yourself and then you can accomplish what you want. You can get that girl that you've been seeking and you can make more friends to socialize with. For the most part, I just let YouTube play videos or music while playing. Okay, so you're watching, you're not streaming on YouTube or putting out videos. Maybe you are as well. That way I'm always hearing something and it just takes my mind off the thought of loneliness and silence. Okay, so that's enough of this one here. Let's go over to the other one here. Men of Reddit, what makes you feel lonely? This is a woman posing the question in a male space. I'm going to join. You see at the bottom there, I just joined r Ask Men. Excellent. Let me see here. Claudia says, well, what I meant about the beer gut is the fear that the guys drink too much and party hard. It's also sexually unattractive to women. It is true. But true, not sexy either. All right, Claudia, I'll give you a big round of applause for just opening up about that. Here you go. There you go. Claudia, you're trying to be so nice and respectful. I appreciate that. But the truth's the truth, right? It's all good. It's all good. So men of Reddit, what makes you feel lonely? I am woman. You're not a woman, you am woman, right? You must be from another country. That's how spamming women talk. When they're spamming you on dating sites, they're like, I'm woman. they leave out words. And it seems like women are quite more sensitive to relationship. Should be relationships, plural. I heard some of my male friends say that they got stressed. They're stressed out, or they are angry about something, but rarely heard they are lonely. Somebody told me men feel lonely when they are horny and no woman to have sex with is near them. But I think everybody can be lonely and crave for love. So I'm curious of men when they feel lonely. It's not about the fact that we just want sex. We do want the sex, but so do you ladies. We want the companionship. We want to feel loved and appreciated, just like you ladies want to feel loved and appreciated. The thing is, we don't come out as men and say that usually because a lot of people, some women and even some other men perceive that as weak. But the truth of the matter is, it's not just about the sex. It's about the emotional bond. It's about just having a woman to hug and hold and sleep next to and feel that warm body and feel like, somebody's there for you and you're there for them. Men and women were made to work together and be together. But with the way the modern world is, it's just become so difficult. That's why you have a lot of lonely people nowadays. That's the truth. So let's go to the comment section and read the first 10 to 15 comments before we go off the air. We'll be going off the air in about 10 to 15 minutes, folks. So get your questions, comments, concerns in right now. And I will check out the chat every few messages or every few comments I read. Mainly, it seems to be that we realize, I'm going to fill in the missing words. These people have horrible grammar skills. We're missing something such as a significant other to spend time with. That's what it is. I just said that in different words. Right. It is a mixture of loneliness and a nagging feeling that we are missing something important and valuable. That is true. Especially if others should be around us, not around us, are in relationships or we are trying to find someone to no avail. Yeah, I'll be honest. No matter how strong of a guy I am, when I see other people in relationships, it gives me that feeling like I want that. I'll be honest, it makes me a little jealous. And at times, guys are going to feel that. Now, we don't come out and say that. We're strong about it, and we don't let it affect us, at least the strong guys. But the truth of the matter is, when you see something that you wish you could have, you've been trying to get, it'll make you feel that way. Yeah, it's a normal feeling, guys, to feel this way. Especially, I just read that, especially if others around us are in relationships or we are trying to find someone to no avail. I've been saying that in other words. We've been trying to find the right person and we get close, but then they ghost us or, it just doesn't happen. It's mainly one of those being awake at night realizations than something we fully notice on a day-to-day basis. It always happens at night. It happens typically after like 8 or 9 o'clock, when it gets dark. Let's just put it to you this way. When it gets dark, that's when the feeling starts to kick in. Because light is energy, right? The sun is energy. When the sun goes down, there's less energy with the light. Or there's no light for the energy, I mean. And artificial lighting is not going to do the same thing. No. I am using weed because we just had a quick survey in our flat. This guy's from another country like the UK. They call apartments flats there. I wish I had a woman to bring over to my flat. Flat. 8 guys. Okay. This is a woman responding. Same for me. That's why I guess most men, when they get old, turn out to be grumpy old men. Okay. I'll let her get away with that. That puts a smile on my face. That's great. Yes, I can even see this dark gray feeling inside of me. The hole inside of you absorbing your energy. Haha, nice. Right. I like how they're getting a good laugh at this to start off this posting. You live with 7 people? Student flat in the UK. We nearly moved to a 10-people flat house. I would hate to live with that many people. You got to have some privacy at times. And living with 10 people in a house, a flat house, that's too much. You shouldn't depend on a significant other to be your only friend. People can still feel lonely in a relationship. If you're feeling lonely in a relationship, why are you with that person? That I've seen people do that. That it's probably a codependency at that point, and that's even more unhealthy than just feeling lonely from being single. A majority of people fall into this trap for some reason. That is why it is important to have friends as you get older. Absolutely. Having friends is always important. Right, right. Now, a lot of my friends I hang out with now, I met through YouTube and social media, but I do have a lot of in-person friends. But because I run my business online and I need YouTube moderators and stuff, I collaborate with other YouTubers. You folks need to socialize with the people from your workplace, or if you go to restaurants nearby, or go to meetup.com and join a club, or join a group that regarding something that you enjoy doing. You guys are just not making any effort. You're coming out on Reddit because it's much more simpler to do that. Maybe your friends are here on Reddit, for Christ's sake. But you need in-person friends too, not just online. When men are lonely, it often feels like they are just horny, but in reality, we crave tenderness and to be touched. A hug can fuel me for a week these days. You know what? I'm going to give this guy a big round of applause for that. That's exactly how I feel. It's not about just the sex. Don't get me wrong. I do want the sex too. But I also love snuggling with a woman, or her just laying in the same bed with me. Even if we're, let's say we're sleeping and she's like a foot away from me on the other side of the bed. Just knowing that she's there allows me to sleep like a baby when I've been in a relationship in the past. That was a great, great response there. Great comment. And this other one says, same, cool. When you need something for which you have nobody to get it from, that causes you to feel alone, lonely, such as nobody to talk to or form meaningful relationships with, no one to feel intimate with, sex, nobody to spend the holidays with, nobody to celebrate things. Right. So basically, you're just copying and pasting like some dictionary or Wikipedia explanation of loneliness. Okay. It makes sense, though. Thanks for sharing. Oh, down below you wrote, it's pretty damn morbid, but guys are more honest when they have nothing to lose. Suicide statistics will support my claims here. These are top contributors. Yeah, the suicide rate is much higher for men nowadays than it is for women. It's pretty sad. We need to really start to better support men from a young age, as much as women are supported nowadays. Peace to his soul, and may we find happiness, friend. Cool. Oh man, I feel you. They say everyone's got their own time for things, but I can't stop thinking of people I know that never found someone, and I get so scared that this will be me. That's a normal feeling. Listen, guys, it's a normal feeling. It doesn't make you less of a man to feel this way. What makes you a man is you being open and honest in a genuine way, okay? And not not being closed off. Being open and communicating in this way is very, very masculine, and women will appreciate it if you're this open with them so you can bond emotionally with them. Now, don't go overboard being emotional all the time, all day, every day, because that's how women behave normally, and that wouldn't work. But this is normal behavior. This is totally normal for a man to feel this way. This dude says, nobody to share cute gifts with. Oh, you're talking about the GIFs, the pictures, right? All right, man. Damn, this guy's describing my life. A lot of men are in the same boat. I'm in the same boat. I make the best of it. In my experience, and from talking to multiple guys, we generally feel lonely constantly, that it becomes a norm. That's sad. Generally, it's from that feeling that we have nobody and we feel like we have to prove ourselves to have someone. And until then, it is feeling of loneliness. So no complaining, because what's the use? But trust me, a lot of guys stay awake at night feeling lonely. Yeah, I will admit I'm one of them. I'm a strong guy, and I still get everything done during my days. But there are many nights I'm up late, and I get little sleep, and sometimes I'll take a nap during the day and still run my business. I will tell you, when I've been in the relationship, all that feeling goes away. Like when I'm in a relationship, I hate to say it, I am much more in tune with myself. I am even more productive than I am being single. It's amazing what the comfort of a woman will do to a man, and vice versa for the woman from the right guy. It works both ways. Don't have to give out the company secret. Yeah, first rule of Fight Club. Never thought someone could put my experience into words for me. I thought the same as I lay in bed at 3:15 a.m. He wrote wild awake. It looks like a woman there, but I'm not quite sure. You said wild awake. I think you meant wide awake. Okay. Let me check out the chat, read a few more. We're going to be going off the air very soon. We are at 1 hour and 34 minutes. Claudia says, we all have to take action, leave comfort zone. Creating healthy relationships and keeping them takes work and effort. Amen. 2 minutes ago on the Facebook side of things. Thanks again for being here tonight, Claudia. Folks, we're going to go off the air in about 5 to 10 minutes max. Get your questions, comments, and concerns in right now. Let's read a few more. I'm probably going to get downvoted for saying this, but it is because of modern culture. That's a part of it. Yes, it is. That's a huge part of it, but not the only part. It's about the way the modern dating world is. It's about smartphones giving men and women unlimited dating options. It's the social stigma in different ways. Women have been liberated. It's a whole lot of things. We're living in a society unlike anything we've ever experienced in the history of time. Plain and simple. That's no excuse to not get over it and try to better yourself. But it can't be ignored that men and women, for that matter, just weren't prepared for modern dating and modern technology. Dude, I'm going to give you a big round of applause. No, dude, can I upvote this? You haven't. Well, I don't think they show the downvotes on Reddit. That's the thing. I just upvoted you. Can I upvote you? It won't let me because I guess I have not been approved in this forum yet. Dude, I'm going to give you a big round of applause. That was great. That's exactly how I feel. But the reason why you said it that way is because you know most people can't handle the truth. What was that from A Few Good Men? That was Jack Nicholson. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth, right? You know what? I need to get a sound clip of that. I wonder, and I have to test it to make sure that that small clip wouldn't be caught by YouTube's content ID system and give me a copyright claim. I'll have to test it out, but that would be a great soundbite. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. Right. I wouldn't necessarily say that. I see people finding ways to get in relationships at the same, if not higher frequency than before. The quality of them is lower, in my opinion. They get into quick fixes like hookups, short-term relationships. Women get with men temporarily because they can't get the man that they really want. And once they do get the man that they really want, even if their current relationship is doing well, they will leave that guy and go to the other man. That guy's a placeholder. I've seen that happen many times. The quality of them is lower, in my opinion. People treat others as temporary. They don't preserve as much because they can. I do agree, however, it has become, you wrote this wrong. Very complicated, especially with social media being in play. Every like scrutinized, every interaction stored forever. Well, I don't let social media define me or get to me. But these millennials and post-millennials nowadays, they grew up with it. They live by it. It's for most modern day millennial and post-millennial Gen Z, I generation women, it's the way that they seek validation. Social media is their social proof. It's pretty pathetic and sad, but that's just the way it is. Do I think it needs to change? Absolutely. Do I see it changing anytime soon? unless these companies go out of business, which they probably won't, I don't see it changing. So you just have to learn to deal with it. And, if those aren't the right women to hang around with and date, maybe we'll get lucky and find one that doesn't focus as much time or no time at all on social media. There are some women out there like that. They're hard to find, but not impossible. 2:37 a.m. here. I swear you didn't just hit the nail on the head. Haha, no. Same, man. Literally can't remember not feeling lonely. Laughing my ass off. Love this. Good comment, guys. I can put my signature under the statement. Thank you for being so accurate, sir. Yeah, I agree. This person is responding to part of the posting. We have to prove ourselves to have someone. Well, he says, we do have to do this. It sucks, but Mother Nature gives no fucks. I wouldn't say Mother Nature doesn't give no fuck, but, life in itself is difficult. Mother Nature just allows you to be you. It's up to you to take your own action, right? Or actions and make things happen. Exactly. So why complain? There is no point. I agree. It is. That's right. I'm going to give you a big round of applause for that. Like I've been saying all along since I've been coaching on social media, especially YouTube, for 4 years now, it is what it is. Some things are just what they are. So if you look at it as it is what it is, don't let it get to you, and just keep trying to accomplish whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. Even if you're trying to find a good woman, keep trying. It will happen one day. It will happen when you least expect it. It will. Let me read a few more here. Dude, don't kick me while I'm down. That hit hard. Wow, okay. That must be a young dude that's a little emotional. And I thought I was the only one. No, you guys are not alone. Watching those around me willingly and gleefully give in to abusing others and throwing others under the bus for their benefits. So yes, I'm lonely. Think that make almost anyone lonely. I see a lot of people doing that. The people that are kicking down and abusing others have the most issues. They're very insecure. They're very immature. And they're more than likely mentally and emotionally unstable. And they may be sociopaths or even psychopaths. I get it. Not even romantically lonely, just straight up. Who can I trust to watch my back and execute my final will? I miss my dog, dude. Simpler times are swell. The response is, I'm going to read a couple more, and actually I'm going to read 3 more here, and then we're going off the air. I feel the same as you. I lost faith in people and even myself after a few years of life after I became an adult. I sometimes feel so empty and lonely when thinking about the situation of the world, but I still have some faith in religion, so you pray. Okay, so I pray. So I sometimes feel like waiting for death because everything here seems so cruel. Don't say that, dude. Don't say that, okay? Life is not fair, and the modern world is more unfair than ever before. And while it may be more unfair than ever before, it is still not impossible to get what you want out of life nowadays. It's just going to take a lot more work, time, and patience. But if you keep moving forward, you will find and get what you want. Don't think like this. I sometimes feel like waiting for death because everything here seems so cruel. I get why you're saying that. But just don't think that way, dude. Think positive. Personally, I tried telling my female friend about my feelings, and it ended up with me being a creep. Because she probably thought you were trying to hit on her and have sex with her. Women nowadays, even if you're legitimately trying to be friends with them and ask them their opinion, they automatically think you're trying to get in their pants. And that sucks. That's the way society has conditioned us because of the way many other men are. You're a good dude. And you just wanted to run something by her, and she thinks that you're a creeper trying to get in her pants. And I can't talk about feelings with my guy friends. I have the same problem. I'm talking about that all the time. That's why I love hanging out with women, because women actually like talking about these things. And I want to talk about these things, get them off my chest. But with the guys, I don't want to hear it, dude. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Okay. Then we're not going to hang out. Okay. And I can't talk about feelings with my guy friends, not the way we were brought up. I guess it has to do with me being checked. No, you're a normal, healthy man with a good upbringing, bro. You had a good mother and father that allowed you to feel love and to love people. You're emotionally open, emotionally stable, emotionally mature, emotionally available, aware, etc. However you want to say it. It doesn't feel right for a man to complain or show weakness. I agree. I'm going to give you a big round of applause for that, bro. That's huge. That is huge, brother. Gosh, I'm using the applause a lot tonight. I really like these guys in the Ask Men subreddit. I'm gonna hang out in this forum. I'm gonna contribute when I can too. So what makes me feel lonely is this. The not being able to be weak or discuss feelings with in real life friends, just not a thing to do. It doesn't make you weak to want to discuss that. You want to know who the weak people are? They're your guy friends that aren't open to discussing these things with you and being supportive and you supporting them. If you're hanging around with guy friends and they're not open to hearing your issues and talking about some emotional things every now and then to support each other, then get the hell rid of them. They are the weak guys. You're the strong one, dude. You just haven't figured it out yet. I used to think the same way until I figured it out. Being open with my feelings does not make me weak. Does not make me a weak man. It makes me stronger than most men. This is the toxic social culture that society put up towards men. It's always okay to feel weak because, after all, we're just humans. I'm not saying it's always okay to feel weak as a man, but it's okay for men to have moments of weakness. And sharing your feelings is not a weakness. You guys misperceive that. You know why? Because nowadays society has conditioned women to think that men that shed any emotion are weak. You guys are dealing with these women as millennials and post-millennials, the Gen Z generation. You guys are dealing with these women that have been empowered, and they behave more masculine than feminine. They act more like men, right? So it confuses you guys, right? And they will say, "Oh, man up. A real man doesn't cry, right?" That's bullshit. We can cry at times too. If we cry all day, every day, that's a problem. But if we shed a tear every now and then, that makes us more of a man. We're a real man. We're human, right? Don't you ladies want us to be human? Maybe you should just try to open up more on someone you really trust. Right. One more. I should, but I have to first get over the feeling of I should not be complaining or appear weak. That's something within yourself, dude, because you've been conditioned by society and your friends and been told that that's a weakness if you share your feelings and ask your friends for emotional support. Nothing wrong with that. That's what I'm here for as a coach. I'm here to help guys emotionally and women too. I was, if you will, taught that from early on. Be tough, don't cry, etc. Well, for the most part, you should be tough and not cry. But if you have times where it legitimately is called for you to shed a tear, like when my father passed away, for example, that's completely normal. But I believe it will get better. I can someday share my feelings here on Reddit. Who knows? Dude, share your feelings. Well, what's holding you back? Why do you care about what others think about you? I'll wrap up by saying this. Let me go back to full screen. Okay. The only opinion of yourself that matters is your own. I'm going to repeat that one more time. I've said it before many times. Haven't said it in a while, but I'll say it again here tonight. The only opinion of yourself that matters is your own. When you learn to understand that and accept that, nothing anyone else says is going to matter. So the people that don't like you or are attacking you or saying you're weak because you're feeling lonely or you want to express some emotion or you need some emotional support from the guy friends, those are the weak people. Those are the weak people. I would not value anything that comes out of their mouths, right? And look at them as the weak people. Don't call them out. Don't attack them because then that's going to make you weak and that's going to give them the win, right? You just know that deep within and let it go, right? Okay? Nothing wrong with that, man. Again, the only opinion of yourself that matters is your own. Don't forget that, and that will change your life. Okay? I don't let people get to me. I typically never have. There was a period of time where I did, and I figured out how to work through that. And now, I don't let anything bother me online or offline. I just come and do my thing. And then I do other things, off of YouTube and Facebook and D Live and social media. Let me check out the chat one more time. Nothing happening over on the YouTube side of things. Nothing happening on D Live. And I'm going to check out Facebook. Claudia, any final words? I think you're still there. It shows one person on Facebook. Let me know what you thought about the show real quick, or if you have anything else. I'm about to go off the air in just 2 minutes. With that being said, folks, I don't know. I might take the day off tomorrow. I might come back tomorrow afternoon or evening for another stream. I did 2 streams. I'm not actually tired right now. I might go take an Epsom salt bath and watch the replay and see how this came out. But folks, please, if you weren't here live or if you don't get a chance to comment before I go off the air in the live chat, please comment on the replay. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll get back to you tomorrow as soon as possible with a response. I want to thank everyone for being here. Information Man Show, thank you for being here. Brandon the Pinocchio, nice to see you. It's been a while, but thank you for being here. I want to thank Johnny Dilks for being here on the YouTube side of things. He's typically over on Facebook. Lewis Fuller, thank you for being here earlier. And anyone else that was watching behind the scenes and not commenting. Good night, guys. Says Claudia, please share your feelings. Plenty of good women out there. Claudia, I really appreciate you. I'll be in touch with you real soon, and we'll talk. I really do appreciate you supporting the show. And maybe at some point, thank you for the great show, Elias. Well, you're welcome, Claudia. And thank you for investing lots of your time today between both shows. Lots of respect. And like I was about to say, maybe we can do some shows together in the future. I can bring people on a panel, and we can do it video or audio only. But we'll talk about that in the near future. For now, it's time to get on out of here, folks. Thanks again to everyone for being here. Have yourselves a great night or great morning. And I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye. Bye.